Hello everyone, I'm Milo and welcome to my town, and welcome to a new episode of the Luigi Strategy in Mario Kart Tour. On the last episode we were on the Mario and Luigi Tour of 2022, and I finished exposing all of the information and graphics that I had made regarding the Luigi components with my account at that point. I said that at that point I was pretty much done exposing what I had, so I didn't really think I was gonna make many more episodes, but I did say I could make like a year review at the end, and that's exactly what we are here for. So we're already a little bit into 2023, but I wanted to make a review video of what having Luigi components in Mario Kart Tour meant in 2022, how many we got, how many new ones we got, and overall how the situation is of it. I don't have many detailed things, but I did want to expose some of the things that I managed to get. So first than nothing, let's see what new additions we got. During 2022 we had 7 new Luigi drivers, 6 new Luigi themed carts or sets that go with Luigi, and 9 or maybe 10, but not really, gliders. The new drivers were Vacation, Golf, Doctor, Cat, Knight, Chef and Kitsune. New carts were the Rolling Racer, the Green Lighting, the Capsule Kart, the Green Cat Cruiser, the Shielded Speedster, I think that's the name, and the Green Tanuki, or no, actually the Camo Tanuki Kart, I believe it's the name. And for gliders we had the Luigi Parafoil, which released as a paid pack during the Singapore tour, but it is now available both in your daily item selection and it can appear in the regular pipes. I actually managed to get it in November. That in that method I was really glad. I'm still here and then on the new system of the game, but at the release I was able to get this, so yay. We also had the Luigi Mustache, the Flyberry Book, the Green Cat Cruiser, the Pretzel Glider, the Silver Luigi Mustache, the Luigi Hat Glider, that's not the actual name, I think it's Luigi Hat Balloon, the Parapanini, the Autumn Leaves, and we also got, well, that's the one that I am not sure if I should consider or not, the Fuzzy Kite, which released on the New Year's tour alongside Builder Luigi. Now, just because it released alongside it, I wouldn't really call it his glider, considering that Mario got a hard hat glider, but we don't have a Luigi variant yet, so if that ever releases, which is likely, I would say that that's the Luigi glider. I didn't even buy the Fuzzy Kite. First I thought it was an old item, it turns out it wasn't, but it doesn't even scream anything Luigi to me, or Builder Luigi in that regard, so take it with a grain of salt. I am personally not considering it a Luigi item and I didn't even get it on my account, so that's that. But they are impressive numbers, 9 gliders, 6 carts, 7 drivers, considering that before 2022 I believe the number of Luigi alts was just 4, counting just the high-end ones. That is really impressive. It's almost like it was the year of Luigi in Mario Kart Tour last year. It was really interesting and beneficial for me ever since I started adopting this strategy, since I pretty much have not spent or invested into any other items. Maybe rarely, I think in the Yellow of Rudder, that's the only non-Luigi item that I have invested in over a year now. But the fact that we got so many, and they weren't so aggressive in the timing, I was still able to save tickets and almost always level 6 a new set as soon as it released. But the fact that we got so many new Luigi items and odds meant that most of the new tracks had a chance of getting a Luigi item in them, and that indeed ended up happening. So I had a long track of good coverage gained on most of the new tracks because I had Luigi drivers, or Luigi items, sorry, that released during the year, which the most recent items are the most likely that are going to get assigned the new coverage. So that actually helped me out a lot. So I don't know what I've been just showing you because it may be just some pictures of the items, but I'm gonna show you right now that I made a spreadsheet here from the spreadsheet that I use. I took this snapshot from the New Year 2023 tour yeah, the New Year's tour basically. Even though we have had some tours already in this year, I didn't want to include the new stuff that was released in 2023. This is only up until when 2022 ended, so the New Year's tour was the last tour that elapsed during 2022. And I just have the Luigi items that I mentioned. I have Baby, Super Luigi, all of the high ends, out of which I'm still missing to upgrade to level 6. Lederhosen, Penguin, and Classic. I do plan to do it sometime, but I am just waiting until I know that I have enough tickets to extend myself for the next Luigi, that I can do it. For cards, also what I mentioned, the new ones plus the old ones, which are, I think it was just a Fast Frank and a Paintster, which I still haven't upgraded. And finally the gliders as well. I think pretty much all of them were new besides the Flying Easel, I guess. The item list, I also haven't upgraded that one. So I just made the spreadsheet covered that for what? For just these items. And here is the results. It's telling me that I have 64 fully covered tracks, which actually doesn't match what I said, because I tried to collect the list here and I got 60. These are tracks that are fully covered by the items that I own at the levels that I own them. So I don't know for sure, but let's say that the Autumn Leaves give me 3 more tracks when I level them to level 6, then they would be 3 new ones here. I just did it like this for now. So apparently according to this is 64, but I may have missed 4. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna leave this spreadsheet in the description so you can check it out. You can observe it, basically, if you are curious. Also, this time I actually included the cities, because something that they actually started doing this year is they started to include the cities more frequently. In fact, the tour that's currently going on while I'm recording this, they just called it a winter tour, but it's pretty much like an Asia tour, because they brought back all of the Singapores, all of the Bangkoks, and all of the Tokyos. So and they've been doing this for a couple of other tours where they're actually, the cities and even the old ones, they are returning. So something that I also noticed is that Luigi alts and items, cities love them, or the game likes to assign them to cities. Honestly, when you consider it, how many Luigis are cities? So we have Painter, we have Vacation, we have actually I think it's just those. Maybe Chef, no, actually no. But we have several Luigi alts that originated in a city tour, and it just seems like they actually like that a lot. They like assigning the Luigi items to cities, so out of the full coverage, I counted 16 cities here, which, as I said before, I wouldn't have counted, but given that now it is more likely that we will be seeing cities returning here and then I think it was worth mentioning. And as I said, they actually assign them a lot to cities, which is kind of bad. You would like them to assign them more to the regular tracks that are more likely to appear, but since they're actually trying to fix that with the cities, then it's not so bad. I'm gonna just scroll through here if you want to check it out. Then again, I'm gonna include this spreadsheet so you can check it out. But I am talking about just full coverage. If we consider everything, we can see here that for driver it covers 231 out of 398 tracks. This is over 50% of the tracks just with the Luigis. I have no other items in here. Cars and gliders is a little bit less, especially because there are less of them. Well, actually, except for the gliders. Of course, one of the problems that I had discussed in some of my previous videos already is that they do tend to assign several Luigi items, well, in the context of Luigi, yeah, just bear with me, to the same track. So I know there are tracks where I have 3 Luigi characters or 3 Luigi drivers overlapping with each other. I know for a fact there are some tracks where I have both Vacation and Night, which have the same item, and maybe some other one. So like, whether I use Vacation or Night, it doesn't matter because the outcome would be the same, being the same item. But there are cases like that, so that is also limiting, I guess, the number of these ones. If there wasn't that much of a heavy overlap, which I think it's intended by the developers, unfortunately, then this number would be much bigger. But you can see that just by having this, I have a lot of coverage. Now, of course, I do have a lot of other items in my inventory, some of which I have invested in, but in the past. After I started focusing on Luigi, I have only focused on Luigi and only spent. Given that the tickets that I can get for upgrading are limited, I do try to economize on that and only really give it to the items that I want. I don't think, as I said, besides the yellow off-roader and maybe one ticket in there, I think it may have been one for the sunset balloons, I really don't think I've spent any high-end tickets in any items that aren't a Luigi item, or basically any of the ones that I have just mentioned to you. So I thought that was interesting to point out. Now I don't have the stats because, as I said, I haven't been keeping track of them for a few months, just because it was taking too much of my time. I've been kind of better after not doing that. I didn't really need them in the end, honestly. I was noticing already that I had the Luigi items cover me a lot. Let's say talking about ranked specifically, ranked. As I said, I can't say for sure, but I think per tour at least once I was using a Luigi item, be it a driver, kart or glider. At least once. Sometimes it was once per week, sometimes it was just one every 2 weeks, but they were there, and because of the new tracks and having so many newer Luigi alts, it was heavily likely that some new track would end up with them in there, so that would benefit me directly. So yeah, of course, it's because of the sheer volume of stuff that we got. Alright, I don't have too much more prepared. I think it was pretty much just that, so as I said, I'm gonna share this so you can check it out if you want. As you can see from my inventory, I still haven't upgraded the older cards, which were the Paintster and the Fast Frank. I still haven't upgraded an old glider like it's the Flying Easel, and I'm still missing the 3 earliest Luigi alts, which are the Penguin, Classic and Lederhosen. I do want to do it, but it is not an immediate priority to me, because I would mostly like to do it if they are on a ranked that I want to win or something like that. At the moment, I don't actually need to do it just for pure coverage. I guess I haven't discussed it, and that changed after my last video. They did a lot of changes to the core of the game, so instead of, was it 12 cups, we have 15 now. I think it's 15, yeah. Which actually I do believe way in the past it was like this, but they cut them at some point. So now we have way more cups with way more tracks. Sometimes there's repeated tracks in the same tour. But what that brings is that if there is a track that I have high scoring possibilities, let's say it has full level 6 with Luigi items on it, or just any other items that I may have, and that track is twice in the tour, that can easily net me 30,000 points twice, so 60,000 points. I think I have been able to score over 1,000,000 points ever since they made that change. Every time, I may be wrong, maybe there was a tour that was kind of weak here and there, but given that they also implied the total scores points to 999,999 points, I think I've been able to reach it every single time, so I'm in a really stable position. In fact, sometimes I've even considered just taking a break from the game, because it's not like it's becoming stale for me. I still have fun playing it, but there is not that much of a difficult thing to me. However, I still like to play it, so I don't really think I'm gonna be taking a break, and I would still like to see if they release any future Luigis I would like to get. I am still hoping we get a Coinbox one. A lot of people have been requesting like the casino one from the Mario 64 DS and New Super Mario Bros. DS mini games, where he's the dealer from the casino. A lot of people think if they bring that as a Coinbox skill, it could fit, it could be really cool. I certainly am hoping, and I am hoping someday we actually get the Coinbox Luigi. I've been thinking that maybe I want to make him like Super Max level 8, but honestly, probably not. With how expensive level 8 is, I think I'm fine by remaining in my level 6 max threshold. I really don't go over that, because I would rather spend in other items, and usually by the time I'm saving tickets, a new Luigi did come out to where they were, so I don't really think I'll be riding into level 8. We are close to February and March, or we're like close to March, where they would usually increase the level cap. The past 2 years they did that. I'd hope hopefully they don't do level 9. I think that will be too aggressive, and me being in level 6 as my max, I would never be able to get to that point. I just know it, so I just hope that they don't do it. Honestly, level 8 feels like it was pretty endgamey, pretty good, so hopefully they stop there. So I think that's it for the video. As I said, I want to level up to 6 the components that I haven't, just so they can be there. I know that there are some tracks that only they have that I don't have any other high level items, so if I leveled them I would get them, especially like during this tour currently, the winter tour or whatever, and the past tour that was the Rainbow Road tour. I did notice there are some tracks where, say, the Flying Easel would be my only level 6 option, because right now I have only Sword Supers or some level 4s. But since it's not immediate to me, it won't really give me any big advantage over, say, a ranked cup, where it would just be like pure coverage. It is not that appealing to me. But definitely, if I actually am able to save up a good amount of tickets where I say, okay, I can just, if something else releases, I'm gonna still be able to afford it and have some more of a cushion to continue to recover afterwards, then I might do it. But for now, I think I'm just gonna continue like that. I've been pretty cozy in the game, thanks to all of the Luigi love that we got in 2022, so that's good to hear. I just want to mention one little thing before I end the video. So I'm not counted it here, but we do have the Stealth Glider that debuted in this tour. They put it in the same set with Luigi Vacation and the Roaring Racer, which I guess kind of would make it his set glider. However, being completely honest, this thing doesn't scream Luigi or Singapore to me, like, at all. So I actually just bought it before I was making this video because I was kind of conflicted, but I don't see myself really leveling it up. Like, if I had to choose between leveling this up and leveling the Flying Easel, I would do the Flying Easel first, honestly. If not, then I'll just upgrade any actual Luigi themed item later. As I mentioned earlier, Mario got a builder helmet hat glider. I think I said too many words in there. So if we get a Luigi version, I hope we get a Luigi version, I am definitely upgrading that. There's also a gold version of that Mario hat, so maybe we could even get a gold version of that. That one might eventually make it into just the daily shops, but with a low rate. It wouldn't matter to me, I would get it anyways. But yeah, that was pretty much the 2022 Luigi Strategy review. A bit unorganized, I know, but I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you could see just how interesting focusing on Luigi could be. Of course, I have other items. I know I had older items before I fully dedicated to Luigi, but even if it was just Luigi, look that it's not so bad. So that's just what I wanted to mention. As I said, unless there's anything incredibly interesting, I don't think I'm gonna make another episode. At most, I might make one at the half point of the year, but for now I think we can leave it at that. So once again, I hope you enjoyed, and don't forget, you'll always be welcome in my town. Thank you for watching, I'll see you next time.